morning, it's theFortDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Kent Clauson, the Vice President of Sales for Commercial for Emser Tile. Kent, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Kemp. How you doing?
I'm good. I wanted to talk last week. You went to the Hospitality Design Show in Las Vegas. Before we get to that, though, let me real quick run through your background. Just your flooring background. You spent a little over 4 years at Armstrong, and then you went to Mohawk, and now you're at Emser. Before we get to the show, tell us how's business with Emser.
Business is actually really solid. I think as we've been going through this year, it's been getting progressively better. We have solid growth year over year. Our bookings, Kemp, are increasing significantly, so they're obviously outpacing our sales, really preparing us for that big middle part of the season here. But even more promising, A&D is really strong. Our team is extremely busy working with them. It seems like their business is popping, and we're working to support them. And then end users seem to really be ramping up as well. So it's solid right now. I would say good, but we expect it's just going to continue to accelerate.
Yeah. Most people know that this commercial sector is a lagging sector. Usually, is the last to have energy behind it. And last year we saw a lot of strength in the residential replacement market. And Emser also has a strong presence in the builder market. Everybody knows that's doing pretty well. So I guess you guys are in a good position right now with your strength on the commercial side and your strength on the builder side, right?
Yeah, 100%. We feel very good at the balance we have across both commercial and residential, and feel like in the back half, commercial is really going to continue to pick up steam and help drive the overall business.
Let's talk about the show. It was in Las Vegas Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe. I heard that, the crowd was okay, but there was some good representation from some of the business leaders, right?
Yeah, and it's similar to what we've been seeing at some of the previous shows, but great show. Traffic was solid. What we saw was high quality individuals attending, a lot of principals, a lot of owners. But I'll tell you the difference here, Kemp, was it seemed like they were bringing a lot more of their teams this time, which was great to see. And it was going a little deeper in their organizations. But as usual in the hospitality segment, they were highly engaged. They were looking for solutions. They were very interested in talking about projects and what they were working on. I tell you, it was great to be there. I continue to feel like steam in the in-person environment continues to get better and better. And they have activity going, and they want to talk about it, and they want to work together.
Did you go into any of the conferences? There's a couple of organizations that track, one out of Nashville, that tracks what the growth potential is going to be for hospitality. I mean, we know that it's somewhat of a softer segment compared to, say, education, healthcare. So is it going to start to recover this year?
100%. We're seeing it right now with a lot of rehab, renovation work definitely happening right now. A lot of things got bottled up during the pandemic. At the beginning of this year, they began to pop. And obviously, even a little bit at the end of 21 as well. And so we see that continuing to accelerate as it goes through the year. And then we also see some new construction potential coming back on and ramping up. Again, that's what we're seeing in A&D right now. So I think hospitality is going to continue to accelerate.
And tile's a big surface type that's used in hospitality. And because when you look at the exhibitors that were at the HD show in Vegas, they're mostly tile companies, weren't they?
It is. I mean, tile's just such a highly durable product. It's timeless in its look and feel, right? And so it really provides the hospitality industry a lot of flexibility when they put it in, that they're not going to have to be ripping it out, that they can also stay on trend for longer periods of time. So I think it's a great product in that sense for them.
All right. I know Del Tile goes every year with Durkin, so they were there. Is there any other big flooring companies there other than you guys?
No, it didn't really feel like it. It felt like they were the big one. It was a lot of kind of medium players at that. Again, a lot of tile players were there, but then representation of all the products that support across the show. The show I could see definitely was larger than the prior one in terms of number of exhibitors, so it definitely grew, and that was great to see as well.
All right. Any other news from the show?
Kemp, we also did a real successful event at the show this year that turned out great. We did a special exclusive dinner at the Wynn, at the Delilah restaurant, which is the hip place there in the Wynn. We did it on Tuesday night. We had over 100 attendees come, primarily end users as well as designers. Todd Avery, who is the president and chief creative officer of the Wynn, spoke for a couple minutes just about the inspiration of Delilah. It's a fantastic venue that was actually designed to replicate Las Vegas of the 1940s, which has really been lost because obviously things have been renovated and taken down. But we had a great event there where we highlighted products, we entertained, we networked, and everybody had a great time. I think all of our customers that attended really enjoyed it.
I was noticing on your letterhead, looks like you've won some awards at Emser, the top workplace in 2022 and the best company for women. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Emser really pride ourselves on our culture. Really, a lot of people, I think we're kind of hidden a lot of times, but a big company, very large in size. A lot of people would be surprised to see how large we are. But the thing that really remains is really a strong people focus, a strong culture focus, and really an entrepreneurial spirit that makes it fun to work at. So I think that's why when you look at those recognitions, we get those is because of that. And it's exciting to see.
All right. So what's your outlook for the rest of this year in your commercial sector?
I think we're going to continue to accelerate. We had a very strong April. May is shaping up very, very strong as well. And so I think we're going to continue to see it through the back half of the year. Our bookings right now, we really had accelerating bookings and record bookings in the last few months that I think will deliver as we get into Q3 and Q4. A little bit may slide. I mean, that's one thing, Kemp, we are seeing right now is we're still seeing a fair amount of projects slide, either because of labor or because of even supply chain, to no surprise. I'm sure you know that. So, but we anticipate if the supply chain and the workforce can keep up with the demand, we still think it's going to be pretty strong. I think there's a little cloud of concern over the overall economy right now, but the overall backlog for us commercially, hospitality-wise, is so big that I think it's got to work its way through.
All right, Kemp. Well, thanks for being our correspondent and tell us what happened in Vegas last week at the hospitality show. Again, been talking to Kent Clauson, the Vice President of Commercial Sales at Emser, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.